If you're anywhere near as old and decrepit as me, way back in the 80s, if you weren't busy shoveling 10p pieces into Sega arcade machines like a video game crack addict, you were lucky enough to be able to revel in the golden age of horror movies where it felt like every year saw titles released that today are considered classics. Two such movies, The Thing and Fright Night, are considered so perfect that to even think of remaking them was considered blasphemy. So, in 2011, guess what they did? No, smart ass, guess again. Universal's ill-fated The Thing remake replaced all of the original's memorable characters and still gruesome special makeup effects for a CGI-laden shitfest, and the remake of Tom Holland's 1985 vampire classic Fright Night could be, and frequently is by some, accused of much the same. For me though, it makes at least enough changes to not be considered a carbon copy of the original. But, where The Thing remake was exactly as big a flaming shit potato as expected, I was surprised that Fright Night turned out to not be anywhere near as bad as anticipated. It has plenty of faults, of course. The obvious items thrown into the screen effects forced in so it could be released in the 3D FAD format, some very dodgy CGI at the end, and a peculiar need to burn through the plot as quickly as possible. Maybe that's to appease fans of the original who already knew where it was heading, but it comes across more like the writers going, we better get this over with before anyone kicks off about us remaking it. Too late, of course, thanks to the mighty internet. What pulls it back though for me is the always likeable Anton Yelchin and Colin Farrell, who gives his vampire character some really clever, swaying, predatory movement which can take a while to adjust to, but it plays really well in repeated viewings.
I'm the expert for your vampire thing, huh? They're all the rage, eh? Oh, leather, it don't breathe, you know.
The MVP for the movie though is David Tennant as a sweary vampire-obsessed magician who, while he's obviously not a patch on Roddy McDowall's take on the character in the original, it just helps elevate the film above what it could have been with somebody else in the role. The film isn't aiming for the same mix of horror slash suspense slash humour as the original. It prefers much more of a straightforward horror humour balance, and while it doesn't shy away from a decent bit of gore, the lack of some really good non-CGI physical set-piece special effects means it can't even hope to compete with the memories of the 1985 movie that have kept it so highly rated in horror fans' minds. I mean, the same can be said for the whole film. It'll never be as good as the original, but what it is though is a decent bit of horror fun, and if for whatever reason you're allergic to pre-2000s movies, then this is a decent shout for a night's viewing. Just for the love of God, don't watch the 2013 sequel, because it's utter wank.
I'm gonna end him or he's gonna end me. That's how it's gonna be.
Charlie's gonna find me.
I'm counting on it. You smell that? It's your fear.